for me, my mind was always I wanted to play professionally. That was my mind, but I felt like it wasn't smart to close off any doors, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to keep the college door open before I had like a contract or a deal that I was happy with on the table.
Yes, sir. I'm your host, Leroy, and welcome back to The Insight. But before we start, could you make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any new content that will be coming your way very soon. But without further ado, enjoy the pod.
So the games are coming thick and fast, and eventually you get the US call up. How did that come about? Like, how did you feel? Who did you tell first? Like, talk me through it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was I guess it was the beginning of 2018 or 2019, 2019. Yeah. And yeah, it was good, man. It was good to hear. I felt like, I had a good season, did some good stuff, and then finally get rewarded with a little call up. That was awesome. It was a great feeling. And whenever the coaches told me, I tried to not like act super excited, just like, okay, good. But I was buzzing, man. And then told my parents when I got home from training, and they were so happy. And no, it was good.
How was it first going into the camp? Like, did you know what to expect? Like, how were you feeling? Because obviously you're playing with older people, but then it's like different when you play with, per se, the best players in your country
Hmm.
all together in one place. Like, how was that?
No, it's a dope experience, man. And like I knew quite a bit of those guys from like other camps and like just playing each other. So it's not like you're just, alone. Kind of everyone already knows each other. It wasn't like that. So it was good. And it's good, yeah, to play against like the best in your country for your age. And, I think everyone wants to try and make a World Cup squad and do all that. So I think no, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How was your first international game?
Yeah. Um I've only done like the scrimmages with like against like intra squad and then like against like other pro teams. So not like against another country.
Yeah,
I haven't done that yet, but no, it's big. It's whenever you put on the crest, it's kind of a different feeling because it's
yeah.
like your country. So hopefully more to come for that.
No, for sure, man.
Hmm.
What do you call it? How is it like? How can I say it? Was it harder playing with the first team or playing with people your age but the better ones, like everyone in one side?
Hmm. Yeah, I'd say it's just different.
Yeah,
The first team challenged me a lot more physically, I'd say, because everyone's more mature and can probably push me around a bit and that. But with the like the national team and the guys your age that are like the best of the best, it was probably a higher level of football, like playing, moving the ball quick, and just quality. But yeah, but both completely different experiences, but both great for me in my development.
yeah. Did you ever feel that when you went with like the national team, did you feel like you were behind it and needed to get better, or when you got there, were you like, okay, cool, like this is where I'm supposed to be, like I'm good right now, and obviously getting better is an aim, but I'm not
Hmm.
feeling like I shouldn't be here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I never felt like behind. Especially this last camp I was in, I felt like I did well when given the opportunities and um, all of that. So I thought it was a bit refreshing to see that. Um, but maybe before in other camps, I felt maybe a little bit behind, especially physically. But yeah, this last camp, I felt better, and um, yeah, hopefully just keep getting better and eventually come like a mainstay.
Yeah, true, man.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So what made no, let's start, let's wheel it back a bit.
Mhm.
Okay, so obviously you've got a national team and you're playing first team regularly and whatnot, but you didn't sign a professional contract. what made you not do that?
Yeah, a couple of things. One, you just never know with colleges and stuff. It's still like, for me, my mind was always I wanted to play professionally. That was my mind, but I felt like it wasn't smart to close off any doors, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to keep the college door open before I had like a contract or a deal that I was happy with on the table. And in my mind, I didn't think I was going to take a USL contract before a college like scholarship.
Okay.
And that was just my thinking at the time. But always in my head, I was trying to play professional.
That's smart though. Did that stem from your decision, or was it like something that you had spoken a lot about with your parents or somebody else? Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably a bit of both, but I think my parents would have let me done whatever they wanted or whatever I wanted. That's just how they were, which is super cool. But yeah, it was just kind of I didn't like closing off opportunities. So that's how I was.
So, when you decided to then take your professional contract, to your team in Belgium,
Hmm.
KSV, you know how to say the rest of it.
Hmm.
Like, was that your decision, like, made?
Yeah, that was, it was a good contract. I was happy with it. And at that time I was like, it's in Europe. It's always a dream to play in Europe in a good country like Belgium. And so I was really happy with it at the time. And I said, okay, this is it. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why Belgium? Why not any other country? Or was there?
Yeah. So Belgium, I just felt like it's a really good for development. I feel like if you go to, it's really hard to go into countries like England or Spain or somewhere like that where it's like, that's top, in the world. And it was probably there could have been some other choices, but I chose Belgium just because I thought it was going to be good for my development, and I could, whenever I went over there, I was straight into the first team trainings, which was a big draw. So yeah.
Okay, so when you made that decision, first team football, like straight away was your one of your like big ticks on your page.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Going over there and them putting you in the first team, that's gonna be big, even if it's not like a massive club. Still, to be going over there and playing first team football, and I think that was what I wanted to do at the time. I didn't like the idea of stepping back down and playing against kids my own age. I didn't like that thought, but yeah, that was the draw.
That's smart still. So how was your experience there, man? Obviously now you've moved away from your family for the first time, more from that big of a distance.
Yeah,
How was everything? The football, the culture? How did you find it?
yeah, it was good. I think one thing that struck me really quickly is like whenever you're in America and you want to go, the dream is always go play in Europe. That's the dream.
Yeah.
But it's not always like, sunshine and rainbows, you know what I mean? It's like it can be a bit difficult at times, and especially like when I was the youngest player on the team too, so I wasn't getting like I was playing most of my games with the under 23s.
Okay.
So but I was still, training every day, trying to earn my spot, and um it was difficult, but I learned so much in like playing alongside guys who've played at the highest level, like guys in my position. There's a guy who played in the Champions League for years.
Yeah.
So it was so cool to learn from them. And yeah, hopefully one day, I can go back there, but lots of different reasons. But I'm back here now.
No, for sure. So
Mhm.
when you're out there, did you find it difficult that obviously your aim was to go play first team football and then you were playing some games with the 23s? Did you ever feel like disheartened, or did you always know that like the aim was to end up there, or like yeah.
Yeah, No, definitely. There's, it made it hard to like get up for games and to go play because it's like I don't know. I just felt like that's not what I came here for. So that was definitely difficult, but ultimately you just gotta get on with it. You gotta do it because it's gonna make you better and big picture in mind. But yeah, definitely it's hard to get up for games, man.
No, true. How did you find the 23 games?
We had some really good opposition because we played against all the first division sides, like the proper reserve teams. So like it was a good level, man. Which was good for me, but yeah, I mean they were frustrating for sure.
Yeah. Was the 23s there harder than USL here or no?
Uh, I'd say they're similar, but I would say the USL is going to be harder just because it's grown men now.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Okay, then how about your first team compared to the USL? Like, what's the gap like there?
Yeah, I'd say it's very interesting because over there, I think the first division and second division, there's not much of a gap
Okay.
at all. But I feel like in America, there's still quite a big gap. Um,
Between the three actually.
yeah. So
Or
so
four.
it's interesting. I think the second division's probably closer to MLS than USL.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. Yeah, because
Mhm.
it's always difficult to kind of gauge like level sizes between, let's say, if you went to England or if you're
Mhm.
in Belgium or you're in America. So I always try to ask and see how the level was like because it's everyone has a different opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Leroy, where are you taking me?
Bro, I never learned how to drive a manual,
Oh, you drove
right?
manual.
Yeah, and they okay, so this is funny actually. They give me my car and I'm looking at the transmission, I'm like, what is this? I'm like, and they said, "Oh, you'll learn." I was like, and I had to teach myself pretty much how to drive the car.
Leroy,